of all, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out to the D.A.R.E graduation here at Reeves Rogers today. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Officer Radzinski. I'm the SSEO here at the school. So thank you all for coming out to show your support to all these students today. Before we get going, I'm going to introduce a couple of people here, some of my fellow colleagues. In the back row over here, we got Officer D.A.R.E. Next to him, Officer Parkhurst. One of our bosses, Major Atkinson, is here. And the other officer was Officer Todd. Some of you know him. He went back with Darren, so he'll be back on here in a second. First thing we're going to do is we are going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. I'm going to have a few students come up here and join me to lead us. So when I call your name, come on up here and face the flag. Kyra Kleparak. Here. Won't be the first one I mess up today, probably. Rashad Mitchell. Joel Vasquez. Courtney Wynn. Kamarian Bass. And Savannah Jennings. And if everyone would please stand up.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, guys. All right, a couple of details about the D.A.R.E program, if any of you are not familiar with what we do. The D.A.R.E stands for Drug Abuse Resistance Education. It was started in 1983 by former Police Chief Daryl Gates out in Los Angeles. Here in Murfreesboro, we've been teaching it since 1992. We teach it in all 12 city schools and 2 private schools here, Middle Tennessee Christian and St. Rose. It's currently taught in about 80% of the United States school districts and in 54 countries around the world. It's a cooperative program between us as law enforcement and the schools to get in and build relationships with the students, help them to make good choices throughout their life, and be able to handle those situations if they're presented with them to be able to make those good decisions. Some of the topics that we talk about in class, decision-making skills, risks and consequences, dealing with stress, bullying, being a part of the community, health effects of drug use, responding to peer pressure, communication skills, and empathy. It's a life class. So these are things that they learn that can help them throughout their life. At no point do we ever bring drugs into the classroom. It's not a drug recognition class. So it's all about making good choices. It's a 10-week class. We come in, participate. All the kids go through different scenarios. They come in and work in a workbook that we have. Many of you will see that coming home here after graduation if you haven't seen it already. So it's a lot of learning about stuff that can help them every day. We're going to get started. I'm going to bring up our leader of our school for a couple of words, Principal Osborne.
Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, or future men and future women. I'd like to thank you guys for coming today, parents who are here, and students, I want you to know that I'm proud of you. This is one of your educational milestones as a 5th grader is to graduate D.A.R.E. I would also like to thank Officer J, if you guys could give him a hand. Officer J is very dedicated to our students, to our school, and to our community, so I just want to say thanks. And at this time, I'm going to bring up Mrs. Young to introduce Mr. Young.
All right, today our speaker is actually my husband, Joel Young. He's a local pastor here in the area at Redemption Baptist Church. He enjoys speaking to various groups throughout the year, and I hope you can take something with you today that he has to say.
I want to thank Officer Jay and Dr. Osborne for the opportunity to speak.
to all the D.A.R.E participants today. Part of D.A.R.E is drug abuse resistance education. One of the key words to that is education. D.A.R.E is to teach you some truth that's supposed to help you later in life. It's to teach you truth so that when you're faced with certain decisions later on, you can make the right decisions and the right choices. George Jones. Everybody know George Jones in here? Anybody? George Jones. They call him the Possum. He had a great song. I used to love it as a kid. It was called Choices. And part of that song said, living and dying by the choices that we make. And the reality is, what's going to set you apart in life? What's going to either lead you to successes in life, to victories in life, or what's going to lead you to struggles in life is all about the choices that you make. And so what we want to do is educate you about the dangers and what drugs will do to you in your life. But all the education in the world is not going to matter because if you don't make the right choices with it. Because one day, everybody in this room, just like I myself growing up and these other adults here, we had education and we were told certain things were bad for us and certain things were wrong. But then we come to a point where we had to make decisions about what we were going to do with that. Statistically speaking, I kind of hit all the categories for somebody that could find themselves messed up in drugs. I looked up at some of the higher statistics for people that do drugs. One of them, it was based on your income. I know what it's like to grow up poor. Actually, we didn't grow up poor, we grew up poor. We can only afford one of the others. We was poor. I knew what it was like not to have the name brand shoes and the clothes at school. I remember I was in the 8th grade before I got my first pair of Nikes. Everything else back in those days, and then you were called buddies. I wore a pair of buddies. I know what it's like not to have something. I know what it's like to grow up in government housing. I spent half of my childhood, we lived in government housing. Nothing wrong with that. That was the upbringing that I had. I know what it's like to, not to have some of the nicer things than some of the other kids. And so they say part of the decision for drugs and alcohol is maybe part of your income. Well, that didn't hold true to me. Some of it, they say, is fatherless homes. According to the Department of Health and Human Services, it says that children that grow up without a father in the home are at a much greater risk of drug and alcohol abuse. Well, guess what? My father was an absentee father. He was only in my life a handful of times, and probably from the age 5 on, I haven't seen him. In fact, if he was here, I wouldn't be able to recognize him today. And so I know what it's like to have, days in which Father's Day or Grandparents' Day, and guess what? My mom and my grandma would come to school for Father's Day to take that role. I have some explaining to do to my classmates. Another category that kind of puts you at higher risk is growing up around drugs. The only problem with me, by the time I was in the 5th grade, I had been exposed to drugs in a lot of areas of my life. I remember my cousins, and some of the kids in our neighborhood, they were doing drugs at an early age. I remember my cousins, they would take me off, and I remember coming back one time, and they took me down to the store, and they were doing drugs in the car. And I come in, I said, hey, Mama, they were doing those funny smelling cigarettes again. That's all I knew to call them. And my mom and my aunt, they grabbed the flash wire, and they chased them all the way down Kings Highway and whooping at them. And so I grew up around it. I remember even though I've been around it, I've seen some of the people that I looked up to, cousins of mine that I thought were invincible. They always had pretty girls on their arm. They always seemed like they had everything going for them. I remember seeing what drugs did to them. And I remember even one time as a freshman in high school, somebody handed me a bag of weed, a bag of marijuana. And the guy said, if you go sell this, you can keep the money. You can have it. And come back and I'll give you some more. And it was in my backpack, and I actually took it to school that day. And I remember thinking to myself, man, this is the stupid, what are you doing? What are you thinking? And then part of me says, well, if you just do this, it's easy money. You know what it was? I was faced with a choice. You don't understand, making the wrong decision right there could have put my life down a path that I didn't want it to go down. I
speak to a lot of kids, football teams, different things in the area. And one of the things I remember most is when I played ball, we had two guys that both played quarterback. They were both about equally as talented. Matter of fact, the one guy was probably a little more talented than the other guy. And the one guy was well known, he was a drug user. He smoked dope, he sold dope. The other guy was just a hard-working kid. They were battling out every day in spring practice and camp. You know what? When the end of the story's told, the one kid that made the right decisions went on to go play college football, went on to get a degree in finances, and he's a banker in town right now. The other quarterback, who didn't make the right decisions, he's in jail right now. You know why? Because there was two people faced with similar situations, and one made the right decision and the other made the wrong decision. So listen, all this stuff that we learn about drugs and alcohol and what it can do to your life, none of that's going to matter if you don't make the right decision with it. So think about the words of the old apostle, George Jones. We live and we die by the choices that we make. And right now you're young. But what's going to set your life on a path to success? Or what's going to set your life on a path to struggle? Because one day you're going to grow up, you're going to have your own careers and your own families. Understand this. It's very simply the choices that you make every day. Starting right now when you go home. I know a lot of you are already facing some of this stuff. But it's making the right choices every day, every opportunity. And I hope you pay attention and I hope you listen to Officer Jay and what these other guys have to say, because I'll give you some great truth that'll help you make those good decisions in life.
All right, now we came to the part that I know you guys are super excited about, right? Actual graduation. Get your certificates and what everyone wants to do, read their essay in front of us, right? For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, one of the things that they have to do in order to graduate is write an essay. And I go through, and all the officers with their schools, we all read every essay, and we pick a first, second, and third place. First place comes up, and we'll be reading their essays here in just a second. We also have another award to give out, which is the D.A.R.E boy and D.A.R.E girl. We're going to get to that here in a second. A little bit about that. If you guys win that award, I think I told you this in class, be very proud. This is something that your classmates voted on. Okay, this wasn't me, this wasn't the teachers, this wasn't the principal. Your classmates picked you for that. And that's an award that, for someone that they feel is going to be drug-free for their entire life and who's already exhibiting leadership in the classroom and making good decisions. So we're going to get to that here in just a second. First of all, we're going to start out with Miss Carter's class. And also, as we go through these certificates, if you would, just please hold your applause until the end of each class. That way we can make sure that we hear all the names getting read.
Phoebe Berkey, Madeline Crumbly, Jocelyn Gonzalez, Jayla Hamer, Shayla Jeter, Jalen Johnson, Jacob Carteron, Zane Montgomery, Cole Myers, Audrey Neal, Ava Neal, Ellen Neal, Tanvi Patel, Tanya Patel, Jemiah Ritchie, Nicholas Scarlotta, Giselle Sadie, Micah Thomas, Nicholas Turner, Abby Vanderhayden, Joel Vasquez, Macy Vaughter, Hunter Wilson, and Courtney Wynn.
Hold on a second. Yeah, thank you. We also give the teachers a little gift to show our appreciation for letting us come in and teach in their class, because I know that time is very special to them and precious. So thank you guys. All right, so let's do the awards for Miss Carter's class. First of all, we're going to do the D.A.R.E girl, Tanvi Patel. D.A.R.E boy is Micah Thomas. Third place essay, Jemiah Ritchie. Second place is Jayla Hamer. Now for the one that everyone hopes they can be, right? First place, Shayla Jeter.
Throughout D.A.R.E, I have learned to be responsible. Every lesson helps me be a better person. This has also taught me to make smart choices. Knowing that people around my age group have the same problems and how they use D.A.R.E to help them in hard times helps me in my everyday lifestyle. We do games and experiences to show us how to make the best choices as possible. What I think about D.A.R.E is that we can relate to what the topics are about most of the time. I also like the videos that we watch before we talk about the lesson that we have learned.
All right, next up is Miss Payne's class.
Yazan Abdulkaran, Yusuf Alamle, Liliana Ayala, Kamarian Bass, Anthony Benitez, Khalida Bowles, Demaya Brookins, DeMarquez Davidson, Stephen Ellison II, Alexis Harris, Kendrick Hopkins, Savannah Jennings, Kamari Jones Grant, Kamora Jones Grant, Kiana Myers, Daly Moore, Tanasia Morrow. Victorious Mosley. Cameron Norris. Deshauna Owens. Mitzi Talentino.
Okay, now for Ms. Payne's class, the awards. D.A.R.E girl, Kalita Bowles. D.A.R.E boy, Stephen Ellison. Third place for the essay, Kiana Meyer. Did we mess up your first name? No. Second place, Deshauna Owens. And first place, Liliana Ayala.
D.A.R.E is a program to teach students not to smoke, drink, take drugs, and bully. The letters in D.A.R.E stand for Define, Assess, Respond, Evaluate. I'm going to be discussing why it is important to be drug-free, make good decisions, and be able to deal with better with peer pressure. Why is it important to be drug-free? It is important to be drug-free because drugs are not healthy for you and you can really get sick from drugs. Drugs can make people crazy and rude sometimes. So it is important to be drug-free so you can stay healthy. Why is it important to make good decisions? It is important to make good decisions because if you make bad decisions, sometimes something bad will happen. If you do something really bad, people go to jail sometimes for making those decisions. I have discussed about why I think it is important to be drug-free and why I think it is important to make good decisions. I think D.A.R.E was fun and I thought D.A.R.E helped me a lot. In D.A.R.E I have learned not to bully, take drugs, drink, and smoke. What surprised me in D.A.R.E is that there has been 75,000 alcohol-related deaths and 400,000 Americans die from tobacco. By part about D.A.R.E is the 5W.
All right, Ms. Daly's class.
Brisa Barreto, Jeremiah Benford, Trey Brown, Wesley Carter, Hunter Cochran, Dalton Criswell, Jasmine Dace, Presley Gilly, Caden Greer, Braxton Harris, Nia Henderson, Kira Koparik, Rashad Mitchell, Emmy Paul, Lyrical Pig, Jordan Puckett, Zariana Ramsey, Whitley Reynolds, Omagali Rulikira, Tyler Stewart, Brianna Todd, Sophie Lee, Maggie Zhang. And I have one not here. I have one not here, Willow Corum. Thanks. And we have something for Officer J. He, I don't know what it is. Anyway, it's around. We have something for Officer J. The kids love him. He does so good with them. He came in my classroom this morning. It was like celebrity. Everybody went wild and crazy, asked for his autograph. It was nuts. So they have such a positive relationship. He is a very good influence, so thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, the awards for Miss Stanley's class. The D.A.R.E girl, Omagali. D.A.R.E boy, Wesley Carter. Third place essay, Maggie Zhang. Second place, Lyrical. And first place, Hunter Cochran.
I feel awesome about D.A.R.E. I feel like I have learned a lot from it. I can now handle peer pressure and how to stand up to bullies. I also know more on how to handle hard decisions and make the right decisions. I know how bad smoking and drugs are, and I will not do them ever. I will try my best to make a difference in the world. I will encourage people not to smoke or do drugs. I will try to help anyone who smokes or does drugs. I like D.A.R.E. and I think it should be taught for years to come. I like it a lot and think Officer J should do it forever. I know not to do drugs because they can be harmful to our body and our mind. I also know not to smoke because it can kill you, make you have bad breath, yellow teeth, and can cause colds and cancer. I also hereby swear for every year, month, day, hour, minute, and every second of my life to be drug and smoke free.
And I have to say that is probably one of the hardest parts of our job is reading all those essays and actually trying to pick out a first, second, and third place because everyone does so well writing those essays, and we really appreciate all that effort. A couple more gifts we have to give out. Dr. Osborne. Thank you for letting me come into the school and working with me. I appreciate everything that you do for me.
We appreciate you.
And Mr. Young. Thank you for coming today. Really appreciate it. Great job. Thank you. All right, a couple of things before we wrap up here. Once we get all done, if I can have the D.A.R.E boy and D.A.R.E girl winners and the essay winners come up to the front, we're going to take some pictures with Darren, okay? So after we get all done, make sure you guys come up. Also, after the ceremony, parents, graduates, we do have some cookies and drinks over here that you guys can come and enjoy. So hang out and talk to everyone and enjoy those. So, for all of you that have a program, if you would do me a favor, flip it over and look at the back page. Those are a list of our sponsors. Okay, without them, we wouldn't be nearly as successful as a program as we are. A couple in particular that we like to give our appreciation to. Number one is Channel 3, who is here. Give them a round of applause. I do have a schedule that I will be getting home with the students as to when they are going to replay this graduation, so you guys can watch it. If you had any parents or family members or friends that weren't able to be here and they want to see it, they will be replaying them, so I'll get that schedule home to you here soon. And also, Skate Center West. They provide a free skate night for all the D.A.R.E graduates, which is next Monday, the 12th, from 5 to 7:30. I'm sending a reminder home with all the kids today, so they can come out, wear your D.A.R.E shirts. That's how we know you graduated. Also, if you have any brothers and sisters that want to come with you, it's a couple bucks. Parents, if you want to skate, a couple bucks for you. You're more than welcome to come out too. So I believe that's it. Thank you guys. Have a great day, and good job.